Hi, Dave Snyder here. It is, I don't know, it's what, May. May, about halfway through the month somewhere. I don't even keep track of it these days. I got so much to do, I don't have time to even check the date. But, anyways, I'm making some time to make a video here. This is some kind of important stuff that I want to show. Not, I mean, it's not, I've showed this before, but I'm going to show something else first. I'm going to show something else first. Turn this off. Okay, so where is that picture I have here? This picture here, this is some weather I saved. I don't know what was the date. In 2016 on June the 2nd, this was the weather over North America. Look at that beautiful pattern. Wow. Very circular. Very circular with a big spot right here. Well, that big spot, whenever you see that big oval shape right there, that's the center of Mare Oriental Basin on the moon. It is. I know. Hard to believe. But it is. Okay, another thing, when you see this circle over anywhere on the earth, you can basically take this circle and take it to China. Because China is this here. You see that you see the circular shape here. It's kind of a circular shape, same shape. Well, you see the pyramid here with the eye in the center or whatever. I basically line that up like that. And look at this area here, this red area. Look at that. It just kind of fell right into place. I was like, whoa, that's nice. Really nice. Everything fits really good. You see Japan up there? Okay, let me explain something now. You know how we have nor'easter storms up here, right? This is where the nor'easter storms take place in the northeast of North America. What it does is a nor'easter is an Easter egg. It's shaped like an Easter egg. Most of the time when you see the big nor'easter, it'll look like an Easter egg in the weather. A big round oval shape right here. Okay, this isn't a nor'easter, it's just weather that I saved. But you see how it's right here. This is where they take place. Now look where this ends up. When I put this, all I did was align this here, this part, and look where this Japan ends up, right here. Watch. Okay, what do we know about Japan? It also has the same exact pattern, the egg shape, which is the like the Usagi typhoon, super typhoon Usagi was a. I've showed the egg shape before in some of my videos where I've showed Sailor Moon how I just that Sailor Moon showed herself in the Superstorm Sandy. Superstorm Sandy was basically a nor'easter and a tropical depression that combined or something like that. They said it turned it in and it became a hurricane. Okay, well, what I'm trying to say here is the weather that's here on the East Coast, the oval-shaped egg nor'easter, is the same thing that's in Japan. It's the exact same pattern that you see over Japan sometimes. And I do have that. I could show that. Let me just try to find it. It shouldn't be too far up here. I have it up here somewhere. Super Sailor Storm. Okay, so it should be right in here somewhere. Right here, I think. Yeah, here we go. There is the egg shape. I'm going to turn it over here. See Japan? This is Japan right here. See that? This is Japan. See the egg-shaped weather pattern? That's the same thing you see over the northeast of North America. Exact same thing. This is the exact same pattern you'll see there over the northeast of North America. So I'm just saying it has the same. We have super typhoons in the Pacific where I'm showing. Hold on, let me turn this off. I'm getting confused myself. Where I show this right here. Where I'm showing this picture right here. This is where we have all the typhoons near Japan and the Philippines. But you can also see that if I took this picture and lowered it down a little bit, that it would fit right here. And I've had that there so many times in the past. But I just lined up China. I just wanted to line up China, and look how it fits there. You see that little lobe that hangs off down there? I don't even know what that place is called. But anyways, you see that? That fits there really good. That pyramid shape is in the weather as well. See it? Over China? That shape is in the weather. Weather tells you a lot. It does tell you a lot. And I can lower this down. I think I did do that already. Or I don't know if I saved it though. Maybe let me see. Oh yeah, I did save it. So I lowered it down to line it up, and I just did it real quick. And you can see it again. making that circular shape. And I'm not saying I got it right or anything. I just threw it down there real quick last night. But you know that this area down here, Mexico and the Baja, go right along this area, right there. And it could be lowered a little bit because it moves. I mean, this configuration is not like set in stone. It was where I showed it in the first alignment, and it's also here. It looks like it could be moved a little bit. You know, just kind of bring it this way, get this circle. See, it's a big circle. This is the circle of life in China, around China, or the Orient, or whatever you want to call it, because that's Mare Oriental that fits there. So you just see that right there. Makes that circular shape. Anyways, another thing I want to show, just real quick, is this picture. I pointed this out before, where this volcano, this desert, used to be a volcano. This was created by a volcano. This was a giant volcano opening that probably created this whole plateau and everything around it. You know what I mean? But this is all over the earth. This teardrop shape volcano is everywhere. You see it right here. It's everywhere. You see it in the weather a lot. You used to see it in the weather a lot. But it's also Japan. This is Japan as well. So I want to point that out. And another thing is if you take China, this is what I did last night. You take China and you see the teardrop shape. You save an image of this. Just save this picture. You take it down here, and right here in the ocean floor, you see the same teardrop shape right there, right? Okay, so what I did is I just overlaid that. You know what? I overlaid it over that spot, and it fits there. But then I moved it over here to where I have my alignment of the supercontinent, where I built the supercontinent. So basically, you see that teardrop shape is right at the tip of the Horn of Africa, right here. Okay, so what I did is I brought up my Africa alignment over here, where it used to be. Africa used to be here, because the weather's proven it. And I took and aligned that China picture, and I put the desert right about in the same place, pretty close. It's not it's not in the same exact place, but you see, I did make a couple of minor adjustments just to get, you know, because I've seen other things start to fit. And basically the Horn of Africa, you can see that. And then in Australia, you can really see that shape. See this part here where it comes, I mean, it fits the supercontinent really good this way. It's part of that mass. This was the North Pole. This was at the North Pole. This whole thing was the North Pole. And you can see Australia if you were to look at the weather long enough. Pay attention to the weather long enough. Like I've seen Australia's weather pattern, like the shape of Australia in the weather, right about here by Japan. It's like this right here. This is the deepest place on the planet Earth, right? That's where I seen the outline of Australia in the weather. I mean, I took Australia and I overlaid it with the weather. It was an absolute perfect fit. I mean, there was no question. It was absolutely weather from Australia that was right here over this area where the deepest place on Earth is. So something, you know, happened right there, as you can see. And I've also seen it up here as well. So it's kind of interesting. And I've also taken the North Pole and added it to this supercontinent overlay that I've been showing over Australia. Australia was the land down under. When they say that, they don't mean it's the most southern, you know, it's not that. It was truly under the other continents. You can see that by its red, iron. There's a lot of gold there and everything else. It was the land down under, literally the land down under. As I showed before in other videos. This was like this, just like that. And then you got other, like North America and South America was on this side. They say South America comes from here, but it doesn't show that in the weather. Our weather shows different. It shows a different story. And I've shown that already in other videos. It shows it to be here on this side. Maybe that's not the right one. I got a few of them up here. Yeah, this is probably the right one here. And how we know that is the weather over North America shows that. And I can show that hopefully with this one, or the all-seeing eye one. This one shows the outline of Australia, and you see the Andes right here. This is in the weather right here. This is showing the Andes. This is over North America, as you can see. And there's that big oval spot that I showed in the beginning. See, it's up. It shows in different places, but it's somewhere over North America. That oval spot is here, and it always aligns with Mare Oriental Basin. But there's the Andes, shows them to be there. Or I have an alignment for that one too. Another South America, right here. See that? And it is absolutely how the supercontinent had to be at one time. If this is all true, if the weather's true, if the Earth is true. Anyways, everybody have a good weekend. Thank you for watching. Just wanted to share those things with you. So, thanks again.